Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in today's, I almost said episode, that was weird. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct that happened last week on the 8th. This video is coming out a little bit later than I had hoped. Last week just proved busier than I thought it would. This week in particular, though, is packed for me. I've got all kinds of stuff going on this week. So, yeah, I've got a video coming out this week about Pokemon, but I might push it to next week since I have this direct video happening now. But that aside, let's talk about the direct. I'm gonna skim through the direct here and just talk about like the notable things that are kind of like actual noteworthy, and then also just stuff that I have a personal interest in. So we're not gonna like watch the whole thing or anything, but we'll just skim through. The direct kicks off with Pikmin 4. I'm not like a huge Pikmin guy. I mean, like I've never played a Pikmin game. I actually don't know if it's getting that audio. I think it is. Never played a Pikmin game. Me personally, it's just there's not a whole lot of appeal there for me. Like it's a cute little. I don't even want to say like a monster collecting game because that's not the point of it. Like it's not like Monster Hunter or Pokemon or anything. It's just you're controlling this little army of plant creature things. So it's cool. I mean, like the gameplay does look really, really good as opposed to like some of the other Pikmin games where it's like completely top down. The camera is more like from behind the character here. So this looks, see, like this top down view, but it looks like the camera shifts. So that's really cool. Pikmin can do different things. And so on. But Pikmin 4 has been like in the making for a long time. So very happy for you diehard Pikmin fans, for those of you that still exist, because you got what you were wanting. That sounded very sarcastic. I'm sorry. That wasn't. No, I'm happy for you. I genuinely am. Here we have Xenoblade, which I wasn't expecting based off of that. So I haven't played Xenoblade 3 yet. I've played 2, and then I've seen all of the cutscenes of the first one. So I know about the story and the stuff of 1 and 2, or at least I know the majority of it. So this DLC expansion pass here was very spoilery. Like, oh my gosh. So I don't know if this here is like actually a part of the base game of Xenoblade 3, or if this is just like, or if this is new content, people's reactions to seeing adult Shulk and Rex on Twitter very much seem to imply that these were new things, that like no one already knew about adult Shulk and adult Rex. One thing that was weird here though, so this gives me like, okay, so this is Alvin, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the main character of Xenoblade 3, who looks like he's turned evil. Shulk and Rex are trying to talk him out of it. So Shulk looks a little bit like dystopian here. He's got like the little high-tech / steampunk. Like his Monado has wires, which is really weird. He's got a little cape here for like a disguise kind of deal. Looks cool. Rex, on the other hand, because remember 2 is the game that I've played all the way through, is wielding both Mythra and Pyra. Now, I noticed this when watching it, and other people did too, and they pointed out on Twitter that this probably isn't the real Mythra and the real Pyra, because Mythra and Pyra's little like symbol thing is missing. It's not here, present on the video. So some people are saying that Rex has made replicas of the 2 sword girls, which like I guess works, but why? Like why would Rex make replicas unless they were like dead or gone or something? And even then, like this is like an exact replica. Like even like the light effects, beams and stuff are coming out of it. Like that's just not a replica. That's like the same thing, minus the little gem. So I don't know, really weird. But it looks great. Seeing this sneak peek for the DLC makes me want to get Xenoblade 3. So I do feel like I've been spoiled a little bit by this, although this seems new, so not so much like spoilery. But anyways, looks good. Samba de Amigo. I did not think I would ever see this again in my lifetime. You know, like some of these like more Sony IPs that have just kind of like died out, like Parappa Rappa, and some of the other ones, specifically those that were in PlayStation All Stars, they don't really exist anymore. Like even on their own home consoles, like Samba de Amigo, I don't think I think it was revealed here, you know, and it's a Sony IP, if I'm not mistaken. So for a Sony IP to get announced at a Nintendo Direct, like first and not at like a PlayStation thing, is really like, ooh, interesting. Okay, so Sony, I think in my opinion, isn't really super heavy on like IP exclusives for their consoles. Like they have some, obviously, like Sly Cooper being a prime example. They used to have Crash Bandicoot, but now they don't. And so it's just like Sony either like really needs to hone in on like their own exclusives, not necessarily to the extent that Nintendo does with Zelda, with Mario, with Pokemon, with Metroid. They don't need that many, and they don't need, even if they had that many exclusive IPs, they don't need a bunch of games devoted to them, right? Like just like 2 per console cycle, and like a main game and then like a spin-off game is kind of what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just weird. PlayStation or Sony specifically, and their IPs are really, really weird. I could be wrong. I mean, well, I do feel that way, but I could be wrong about Samba de Amigo being a Sony IP, but I'm fairly certain it was. I guess I could just like press play, and then yeah, it's Sega. Never mind, it's Sega. Oh yeah, because he was in Sonic Racing. So not Sony, but Sega. My point on Sony and their IP weird business still stands. But it's not related to Samba de Amigo. So, but that was kind of cool. Then we got Fashion Dreamer. That was kind of, yeah. Dead Cells, Castlevania DLC looks phenomenal. Like, absolutely gorgeous. I've never played Dead Cells, but I know it's like a Metroidvania kind of deal. This looks so good. What the heck is that? This looks really, really good. Like Richter's in there, Alucard is in there, yada yada. Then we got Tron Identity. This was another thing that just like I wasn't expecting to be revived within my lifetime. So there's like the 80s Tron movie, and then there was like the 2010, 2011 Tron Legacy movie. I have a soft spot for Legacy. I really like the visuals of it. I like the color contrast. Like, it does a really good job being kind of like this futuristic dystopian virtual world version of what you see in the original 80s movie. I don't know if Tron is the kind of franchise that needs to really go into the gaming branch. Like, I feel like if it is going to go into the gaming branch, you got to do like an action role-play game, you know, or like a battle simulator tournament kind of style game, or whatever. This kind of like narrative puzzle game kind of deal isn't what I think Tron as a franchise should kind of be pushing towards. Like, super props to them like making new Tron content. But I just don't know how many people are going to play this because of the type of game it is. Like, I feel like a lot less people are going to play this game than as a puzzle game, or rather than like an action RPG game. So obviously, like, budgeting and stuff is always there, but I'm a little, I guess, confused about why Tron went into the puzzle game genre. But that's just me. So there's that. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. This looked really interesting. To the best of my knowledge, this is a port. So that's cool. Phantom Detective looked cool. This also looked a little weird, kind of coolish. There's like some virtual world police thing going on. I don't remember if it's... I know it's an action RPG. Or it's turn-based, maybe? I can't remember. But it's not open world, is what I was trying to say. Like, it's you engage with an enemy and then the battle starts. Oh, I'm going backwards. So kind of cool. Oh yeah, so it is kind of like Professor... Okay, so it's like this It's like a tactical RPG in the sense that you can move your characters around and then they fight as they move around and stuff. This looks a little more live action because he's like actively moving. Oh, so it could be like Xenoblade 2, where it's real-time tactical RPG instead of turn-based tactical. Bayonetta Origins, I forget how to pronounce her name, Saraza? Whatever. So this is like young Bayonetta, to the best of my knowledge. Like this is Bayo. This isn't like her mom or anything, just that this is Bayo. This looked really good. Controlling both characters at once, those types of games have always been a little finicky in my opinion. This looks like it could be pulled off well here. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably not going to play this myself, but this does look good. Splatoon 3 expansion DLC. All I'm going to say is Splatoon fans are spoiled. You guys got a new game in 2017 or 2018 or whenever. You got a sequel, and then, it's like 6 years. You know what? Sure, fine. And then getting DLC this soon, I mean, like, there's so much love going into Splatoon, and Splatoon is a moneymaker, so it's just like, it's a no-brainer to pour in new stuff into Splatoon. But, like, where is Kirby Forgotten Land DLC? I don't think they're ever going to do Mario Odyssey DLC, because I think they'll just make another Mario Odyssey. I think we're more inbound for a sequel than we are, any kind of DLC or updates kind of deal. And especially 2, I feel like we would have gotten Mario Odyssey 2 before we got Breath of the Wild 2. So because of that, I feel like Mario Odyssey 2, or whatever that 3D platformer Mario game is going to be on like the new Switch. Whether it's a Switch Pro, whether it's a Switch 2, whatever they call it, it's going to be the release title of that new Switch. But anyways, Splatoon just gets a lot. But it may just be me, and I'm an old man, and I've lived through 2, 3, 4 different generations of gaming consoles and development cycles and whatever. But Splatoon fans very much are eating good, so glad for y'all, but kind of wish some other franchises got that love. Then we got Disney Illusion Islands. That's kind of bleh. Oh wait, no, this wasn't the other game. This was like the platformer with Mickey Mouse. So this looks cool. This looks like it would be a Windows Flash browser game, though. Like, it doesn't look bad. It just looks a lot like a browser game. So, yeah, nothing else to really comment there. Multiplayer's cool. Fire Emblem Engage DLC is cool. I still have yet to play Engage. It looks good. Oh yeah, there's new heroes here. Robin, Chrom, Celica, I think is her name. The lady from Fates, I think the game is what she's from. Veronica, which is from, I think the mobile game is here. So yeah, I need to get engaged, but they got DLC, which is cool. This is the murder mystery game with like skill trees, or no, with different choices depending on different outcomes. I really like games like that have a bunch of different endings. I really like that. So that's cool. And then we got Octopath 2, like just a brief highlight. So the demo came out for Octopath 2. I haven't played it yet. I have it downloaded, I just haven't played it yet. And here's why. So currently, I'm really trying to get a hold of the collector's edition or whatever. It comes out in 12 days as of recording of this video, and it's $180. I am scrapping the bottom of the barrel to try and get that, because it's so cool. Octopath is one of my favorite games. The collector's edition looks really, really cool. You get the little figurines of all the characters. Looks so cool. So part of me, I saw the first trailer, and then I saw this, right? I kind of just want to play Octopath Traveler 2. I'm not really super big on doing a whole lot of the more speculation this time around for Octopath. So part of me really just wants to play it, like the full game when it comes out. Not do the demo, not try and excite myself. Like, I just want to play the game, just fresh. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of half and half on that. I mean, there's only 12 days left, so it's like if I don't make a decision soon, then, you know, what's the point? But yeah, so kind of going back and forth on that. I'm looking forward to it. Like, that's not all to say that I'm not looking forward to it. I am. I'm looking forward to it a lot. My mic is being weird. But anyways, yeah, Octopath Traveler 2. We love Katamari. That's cool. Sea of Stars. This looked cute. This was like a turn-based game. Yeah, this looked cute. Really, really good. Omega Strikers was a game that was trending a while back. I don't know why the Switch has this habit where it's just like, oh, this game was popular 2 years ago. Let's port it now. And then, yeah. So, yeah, this looks cool, but it's just kind of past its time. Etrian Odyssey is always cool. I saw that they're also getting DLC for some of like the Persona stuff. So that's cool. Advance Wars finally has a release date. It's coming back. That's great. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is getting, I think, DLC, or no, it's like if you beat the game, then you can play the epilogue, where you play as Magolor. And so this is prior to the events of the game. I still don't know why this game is getting ported. Like, it's not a new game. It came out 11 years ago. But, I mean, you have Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Why remake Return to Dreamland? And I don't know. I feel like you could just... This Magolor thing seems like the kind of thing that they would have done with Star Allies. I'm just confused as to why it's happening here and now. Like, it's cool, I guess, but it's just me. Then we got Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance Nintendo Switch Online. Phenomenal additions. I honestly wasn't expecting this to happen for like at least another year, maybe another year and a half. But this is great. This is really, really great. We already have N64. We have the Game Boys. I think logically what comes next is GameCube. But I don't see that happening for a minute. Especially if they're planning on doing like another Switch Pro or something soon. But yeah. One thing to note for the Game Boy Advance is a lot of people have been talking about porting the Pokemon games onto NSO. I don't see that happening. Pokemon is way too much of a moneymaker to just kind of like put in a bundle with a collection of a bunch of other, arguably some miscellaneous games. They would make a lot more money just putting them on the eShop, which they won't do. They, I think, barely did that for the 3DS, and now the 3DS is done. So I would be shocked if they port those Pokemon games to the GBA Virtual Console. And even if they did, I don't know if they would have Pokemon Home support. I just don't know. Because NSO is weird because to the best of my knowledge, you're streaming the games, right? Kind of like similar to a cloud port. I could be wrong, but that's, to the best of my knowledge, how NSO works, is that you're streaming the games. So whether or not the Pokemon that you're like taking from your Virtual Console and importing them on home, I don't know, that feels like an awkward interaction that I don't know necessarily is super feasible. But that's just me and my lack of the specific knowledge of it. I have been playing it, though. I've been playing GBA, I've been playing Superstar Saga, I've been playing a lot of Tetris. I've never played Tetris before. I always knew that I would enjoy it, and I was right, because I've been playing it and I really enjoy it. But yeah, so NSO is really cool. Metroid Prime Remastered. Really cool. It looks amazing. It looks so good, especially compared to some of the other like Nintendo ports that we got, specifically Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, $60, didn't really do a whole lot. The gameplay was even worse than the Wii. Just bad. Mario Sunshine and Galaxy and I guess 64, all being $60 for a limited release. Arguably, I think was fine-ish. Like, they should have made it a permanent release. Just objectively speaking, but 3 games for the price of 1, even for the half a year that it was available, is still a phenomenal deal. There's that, and then this looks amazing. We should have gotten the trilogy, though. Like, this does look good. I think this is, what, $40? So, this looks really good. Yeah, I'll probably get it eventually. If it's in the voucher deal, I might get that. I might get it that way. What's this saying? Master Detective Rain Code. This one looked alright. Another like anime detection thing. Batten Kaitos, I was not expecting. I just never thought. This is, again, another thing that I just never thought I would see in this lifetime. So Batten Kaitos is cool. I'm probably not going to play it personally, but that's really cool. Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time. I don't remember this at all. Oh yeah, this is like the girl, or I'm sorry, this is like the Animal Crossing ripoff. That's doing something else. Professor Layton slaps. That's really cool. And then we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course. This course, Yoshi's Island, looks phenomenal. Or not necessarily like graphically, just the fact that it has so much going on biome-wise. Like you get a little bit of jungle, you get a little bit of like a fall mountain, you get the clouds. It looks great. And then they hit us with the new character reveal, showing us that we're gonna get Birdo. Was not expecting Birdo. I just wasn't expecting new characters at all, especially this late into the DLC. We are halfway through it, and we're just getting our first DLC character. I think if they do it again, they'll do Funky Kong. But I just don't know. You would think that they would do multiple characters per wave instead of just one, but I don't know. The Mario Kart DLC and its reveal cycle has kind of been a little unorthodox anyways, so who's to say that we don't get like 5 new characters in the next wave. But I do think Funky Kong is a definite. He's too much of a fan favorite for them not to include. And then here we got like a bunch of like random games. We got this baseball thing. And then, oh yeah, Minecraft Legends looks fine. Blanc looks amazing. Blanc is the kind of game that I would get at some point. Yeah. Blanc looks good. What else is there? Oh, we're getting the entire Battle Network collection. I didn't know that. I thought it was just one game. So that's really cool, having the whole collection. That's awesome. Have a Nice Death looks amazing. For people who are still waiting on Silksong, Have a Nice Death. This looks really good. Yep. So, what else is there? Yeah, baseball. Yeah, it's a Disney Dreamlight Valley. This looks kind of stupid, dumb. I really wonder, part of me wonders if Disney pays Nintendo to promote games like this on some level. Like, I think a lot of these publishers or developers probably do pay Nintendo to put their stuff in directs. There's probably like a halvesies going on there. But Disney specifically mostly makes like really kid games. You know what I mean? Like anywhere from the ages of like 6 to maybe 10, maybe. Essentially, what I'm saying is that kids dominantly within that age group aren't necessarily watching Nintendo Directs, right? Like, they don't see the tweets, they don't see the announcements on social media, they don't wait, they don't set a notification on YouTube. They just don't. I mean, and that's fine. Like, there's probably a couple outliers. It's not a bad thing, but Nintendo Directs, their primary audience are normally young adults, right? Because we're the ones that have the time, that has the money, that has the dedication to actually sit here and watch a 40-minute stream, right? So whenever they show like kid games like this, it really boggles my mind, because it's just like, who is your target audience? Like, maybe I'm just completely ignorant, but yeah, no idea. No idea. Tales of Symphonia is really cool. What really sucks is 5 years ago, I bought this game on Steam and I haven't been able to play it. So part of me doesn't want to just rebuy it, because I spent like 20-30 bucks on it on Steam several years ago. But who knows? We'll see. I've always wanted to play it, so one of these days I might finally do it. And then that's it. Oh, no, we got Zelda. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom looks phenomenal. Everything here, I can't really say anything that hasn't already been said. It looks great. Some, I guess, like, trivia tidbits is that the arm that Link has damaged is the arm that has the Triforce. So the theory is Ganon is somehow taking the energy out of Link's Triforce. And that's how he's causing havoc again. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that looks really, really good. Really phenomenal. Can't wait for it to come out. I think in May? May or March? One or the other. Yeah, May 12th. May 12th. So, super cool. Honestly, a really good Direct. Like, there were so many good highlights here. Pikmin 4, Bayonetta, Splatoon 3 DLC, Fire Emblem DLC, Xenoblade DLC, Mario Kart DLC. It was honestly a lot of the first party stuff was DLC, aside from Legend of Zelda, Metroid Prime, the Game Boy ports. Like, this was just a really solid Direct. So, anyways, guys, I've gone on for long enough, but especially since this is, all old news by now. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Thanks a lot for you guys who tuned in. This is Jake logging out. Peace.